We move on to some sports now, and here's Charles Eruka.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
Welcome to Sports News. World Football Governing Body FIFA has picked the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria among the favorites to win the 2015 Under-17 World Cup, which kicks off tomorrow. The Golden Eaglets will begin the defense of the title they won 2 years ago against the United States in Santiago. The 16th edition of the youth competition has 24 participating teams and will be taking place between October the 17th and November the 8th. Meanwhile, suspended president of the World Football Governing Body FIFA, Sepp Blatter, says he hopes to return to office in time to hand over power to his successor to be elected at a special Congress in February. After 16 years in office, Blatter was suspended for 90 days amid the worst corruption scandal in FIFA's history. He had previously announced he was standing down, but had hoped to retain his post for the formal handover, asserting his innocence of any wrongdoing. Swiss and U.S. authorities are running corruption investigations that have so far led to the indictment of 14 FIFA officials and sports marketing executives. In the meantime, the president of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, wants FIFA to consider the suggestion he made that the body should look outside football for a presidential candidate. According to FIFA rules, a candidate must have been involved in the game actively for 2 of the past 5 years, as well as present nominations from 5 national associations. Now, those rules severely limit the opportunities for a candidate from outside of the existing football organizations. In tennis, Rafa Nadal displayed more signs of a return to top form with a ruthless 6-2, 6-1 hammering of Stan Wawrinka at the Shanghai Masters. The 29-year-old needed little more than an hour to breeze past the French Open champion. Wawrinka, who had won his last 2 matches against Nadal, avoided the ignominy of suffering a bagel in the second set by claiming the 6th game after Nadal had raced to a 5-love score on the back of a 9-game winning run. Nadal will now meet Wilfried Tsonga for a place in the final. Joining him in the semis is number 1 Novak Djokovic. The Serbian fought hard to defeat Australian Bernard Tomic 7-6, 6-1. Up next for him is Andy Murray. Game, set and match on Sports News, and back to Ijoma with the rest of the news at 10.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
Turkish officials say a plan agreed by the European Union officials for joint action with Turkey on the migrant crisis has not been finalized. Now, they also promised to strengthen talks on the possibility of Turkey joining the EU, but they've described the deal as unacceptable. Here's Adeshawa Josh with more.
As tensions continue to brew in the West Bank, Palestinians have torched the Jewish holy site in the city of Nablus. Rioters set fire to a tomb revered as that of the biblical figure of Joseph. The site where Jews go to pray was badly damaged also. This comes hours after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called on the Palestinian leadership to stop the wave of attacks. Syrian government forces, backed by Russian airstrikes, have launched a fresh offensive against rebels south of the country's second city, Aleppo. Hundreds of troops from Hezbollah and Iran were reportedly involved in the operation. Control of Aleppo has been divided between government forces and various rebel groups since 2012. Finally, China has proposed a joint maritime drills with Southeast Asian nations in the hotly contested South China Sea in 2016. Beijing is currently hosting an informal meeting for defense ministers from the region. China's defense minister, Shang Wangkong, has suggested drills for maritime rescues and disaster relief. China's reclamation activities in the sea in recent years have raised tensions with its neighbors. That's the foreign news wrap-up. It's back to you, Ijoma.
Thanks a lot, Adeshawa. And on entertainment news tonight, the artwork of dancehall star Cynthia Morgan's latest song is causing a lot of controversy. Here's Mayowa Ogundele.
Thank you very much. Here are your trending entertainment stories. It is the award season and different bodies continue to reel out names of artists up for awards and recognition. The annual Copyright Society Songs Awards have done the same, announcing nominees in 10 categories, including the Best Song in Melody and Best Song in Lyrics. Pop music raves Davido and Wizkid continue their rivalry, with each earning 4 nominations each. Both will go head-to-head in 2 categories, the Best Collabo Song and the highly coveted The Song of Songs category. Davido's other nominations are in the Best Song with Melody category and Best Love Song category, while Wizkid has other nominations in the Hottest Song on the Street and the Best Uncommon categories. Dancehall music star Cynthia Morgan is back in the news for yet another controversial act. This time, it's the cover of a newly released song titled Baby Mama. The cover, which shows Cynthia Morgan carrying a baby holding an instrument used to smoke a tobacco-based substance, has caused major backlash on social media. In her defense, the sultry singer explained the cover was aimed at casting light on the trend of baby mamas in the industry, which sees many young women turn into ill-prepared mothers.
Yo, boy, I'm taken. Yeah, man, I'm taken. Yo, I'm taken. I'm taken.
Singer Sean Teasel is set to make his acting debut in a film titled Astray. Sean Teasel will star alongside popular actors like Muyiwa Ademola, Fadekemi Momo, Ayo Adesonya in the Iyabo Ojo produced movie. Nigerian acts Yemi Alade and Davido, as well as other acts across Africa, lost a battle to Tanzanian singer Diamond Platnumz, who has been named winner of the MTV EMA Best African Act. Diamond Platnumz, who won by votes, will now go head-to-head against winning acts from India to be named Best Africa India Act. That's it on entertainment at this time. The main news will be back shortly.
Thanks a lot, Mayawa. And the main news again. President Muhammad Buhari has reaffirmed his determination to end insurgency in Nigeria, calling it a task that must be done. The president has also insisted that any negotiations with Boko Haram insurgents or their representatives is dependent on evidence that the Chibok girls are still alive. The Nigerian army has dismissed and jailed Brigadier General Eniton Ransome-Kuti for failing to perform military duties in Baga, Borno State. General Ransome-Kuti was convicted for the loss of Baga town in Borno State and military equipment to Boko Haram terrorists. And Turkey has criticized the deal by the European Union for a joint action plan on the migrant crisis. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Honyato. Do have a great weekend. Good night.